I wonder where the two idiots are.
Right here! What?
So
What the
big.
fuck?
What do you want? Ah!
Wait, wait. What happened? Didn't you two get killed by the?
Oh, no.
What is that? Is that a bomb? Is
It's
that
a war bomb.
I don't know. Let's find out.
No!
My God.
Oh my god! Well, our recording studio is gone.
Haha! Haha! That was really funny, guys. Anyways, we're back.
Yeah.
This is King Chowman.
Yeah, I'm Kaika, you know, the dirty D2 casual.
I'm Sunny because I just exploded the shit out of this place, and now we're back.
No, you didn't.
Wait, what?
It's
I don't have
fine.
any recollection of that.
Well, you know, it's because I'm better.
You built it.
We're fine.
We're fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine. Just a contingency.
You mean? I think you meant insurance.
Sus.
Why is it right next to me?
Fuck! God damn it. Kaika, you're first.
It was moving close to you, like slowly and slowly.
Okay, yo.
All right.
You know,
Alright,
I'm
let's-
actually completely comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Wait,
Go
let
next to
me
you.
let me just fix one.
Cool.
All right, let's
Alright.
do it.
Let's do this!
Yeah, let's do this.
Oh my god!
Let's do this. That's
Leave
not a
it.
shot, anyways.
Just leave
Leave
it.
it.
Oh my god.
Just leave it.
How are we even
I'll
removing
start this.
those?
You just right click.
Anyways, let's
Makes
go.
sense. Anyways,
Okay.
I want to start us off like always.
Yeah. All right. So, we're gonna be talking about a variety of
Where
topics.
are we
today.
actually? Before we
We're
start,
on.
where are
we're
we?
on Earth. We're on Earth.
I mean,
But-
it's Earth-ish.
It looks
Well,
sort of like
If
Earth,
we're on Earth, why do we look like idiots wearing these spacesuits?
because
Because it's
We're built different.
Earth-ish. It's only a little Earth. You know.
Alright.
yeah, when Mars is not too far away from us, it's sort of bootleg, but not too bootleg. So yeah.
You know?
Okay. Let's get back to our topics. So we have a variety of topics planned for today, but first we're going to be talking about something that is not too interesting to myself, and I don't think to the rest of them, but it's made major headlines in the news media, and that is that Texas, Mississippi, and I guess sort of Florida, but Florida's been open for a little bit. They lifted their mask mandates, and I think it was a blue state also lifted their mask mandates, but of course because it's a blue state, it's not getting coverage. I mean, in regards to the mask mandate, I don't really like it. I don't think citizens should be forced to wear a mask,
Based.
just because
Yeah.
individuals have their own decisions that they should make, and there's a certain risk-reward factor in associating with
It's kind of like
going outside.
vaccines, honestly, because, like,
Right.
if everybody wears a mask, at least in theory, I say in theory because in practice it doesn't always work, but in theory, everyone wearing a mask would halt transmission significantly. But the problem is that if we forced everyone who is anti-vax to take vaccines, I mean, it'd be kind of tyrannical. And I think it's the same thing with masks. If people don't want to wear masks because, they might have some personal reason, or they have, like, a medical complication like asthma, which makes it difficult to breathe already, and, wearing something over your mouth complicates that further, or whatever other reason that they may have, they shouldn't be forced by the government to wear something that they don't want to wear, even if it's for public benefit.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of ironic how many leftists disagree with what you just mentioned, because the abortion argument is sort of like, well, it's my body, my rules, and there are some similarities with the abortion argument and the the slavery argument, where slave owners were like, oh, it's my land, my rules, but we're not getting into that. So I was actually kind of surprised that leftists sort of wanted to push this mask mandate, but I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it sort of makes sense, right? They want top-down government control over people's lives, and that's just another way to enforce that
Wait,
idea.
So isn't it hypocritical both sides?
I mean,
Because
I
they
guess in a
also use the same
sense.
argument, "My body, my choice," which I guess is like a comeback to the abortion thing. But
Right.
me opinionally, I want everyone to wear masks because it's to protect not only me who um having contact with people older than 80 or 60, people who are and me who has asthma who can easily get the COVID. You know, I
I
don't know.
mean, yeah. It's always a difficult topic to address because you don't want to get COVID, but you also don't want to force people to wear damn masks, right? That's sort of not a good. That's not a good look, right? Unless you're a Democrat and you get a free pass on everything, but let's not talk about that.
What?
Nah, nah. Do you guys want to talk about that?
A little.
All right, let's talk about it. I mean,
There's not like a complete double standard. When you're a Republican, everything you say is like under the lens of absolute scrutiny, which to be honest is how
right.
it should be. But when you're a Democrat, it's like, oh no, it's fine because you want to help people. You're making the world a better place.
Right.
Exactly.
It's like all you care about is the intention and not the results. It's like if we base everything on someone's intentions, I mean, okay, but we're not getting anywhere. This is why when you base someone on their results, we get results and not, feelings, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we live in the real world with real consequences, and real consequences read real actions. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I'm sort of used to it because I think we're all used to it because we live in a blue state, a very predominantly blue state, so we're used to being
no shit
scrutinated
for
for
that.
our beliefs. But I
Yeah.
think in like other states, if they were held to the same, I guess, standard that we are held here, it would be a little different. And I think it's because so many people are not exposed to the double standard in society. That is the reason why we don't really have that much protests on the right, which I think is sad. I really do think we should have more because the left is obviously very good at mobilizing, getting out a crowd, protesting at the White House or your local courtroom or whatever it is, and
Or
Yeah.
your
the right
local
just doesn't have that
Target, you
power.
know.
Or your local Target,
Yeah.
break in, steal TV, whatever, solving racism at the
Only
process.
if that protesting was around when the PlayStation 5 came out, and maybe I
Yeah,
would have protested, you know.
yeah,
Maybe. Whew.
just maybe.
gamer pride.
Gamer pride.
Or pride.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I guess this is actually a perfect segue into our next topic,
Segway.
which is
I fucking love our
Andrew
segment.
Cuomo's sexual allegations and his garbage COVID policy that I guess people already on the right pretty much knew about this for a long time, but because Donald Trump is not the president anymore, well, Andrew Cuomo is just sort of this guy that he's just there, right? He's just another toolbox, or he's another tool in the toolbox that we don't really need anymore. So they're throwing him under the bus. And if you don't know his situation right now, the first round of negative reporting that went to Andrew Cuomo on the left, from all the leftist networks, was his garbage COVID policy, where he sent older people back into the nursing homes with COVID initially, and that killed tens of thousands of people. And he actually tried to cover up all this death. His secretary confirmed it. Andrew Cuomo, I'm not sure if he confirmed it, but obviously, if his secretary confirms it, it's a done deal. After that, some women came out and they said that Andrew Cuomo, harassed them in a very sexual manner, and they did not consent to it. Other than that, a lot of people have been coming forward with not the best stories about Cuomo's character. They've been saying that he's not someone particularly fun to deal with in government. So everything's crumbling around Andrew Cuomo's corner, but I don't think he will resign. He said he's not resigning, but other people in the Democratic Party have pushed him to resign. I don't know if he should resign because I'm a big believer in innocent until proven guilty, or well, the people have a voice, and if they really want to vote him out, they'll just vote him out in the next election. I don't know what you guys think about that,
I
but
feel
that's
like he's
sort
gonna
of
be forced out, and we all know about
yeah,
your opinion on like a person isn't guilty until they actually are proven guilty.
yeah,
Like he resigns or he'll be pushed out. It's I don't think there's a matter of
I mean,
going out.
Cuomo made it very clear that he's not resigning, right? He made it very clear that he will under no circumstance resign. And I think he's just going to let the people of New York voice their opinions about, his conduct. And we'll see that in the next election. What do you think, Zhao? What do you think of the situation?
Hey guys, you know what really screams party of peace? Sexual
Wait.
harassment allegations and locking people in nursing homes until they die of a deadly disease.
Yeah, that's
Very peaceful.
Yeah, following the science.
Yep.
Totally not having a double standard.
Yeah. I've never liked Cuomo. He's just been, I think
Yeah.
really like a textbook example of what's wrong with the Democratic Party, or a couple things wrong with the Democratic Party. It's a list, but you
Yeah.
know.
I actually think Joe Biden is a textbook example of what's wrong with the Democratic Party, because at least Andrew Cuomo, because he's actually getting scrutiny for his actions, but Joe Biden, he's literally a flying pile of garbage in the White House, and the only reason why he's actually in the White House is because he's not Trump.
Yeah.
That's the only literal reason why he's there.
That's his entire
Yeah.
presidency. It's just being the
That
anti-Trump.
is-
Not Trump. Not Trump. All right, you
Everything
get it.
Trump
get it.
wasn't.
Come
Exactly. I mean, we have a lot of issues on our hands. I know Trump made a lot of mistakes during his final days in office, but I don't. If
I mean,
If
he was
Trump made the same
basically being
mistakes.
like clawed out by the DNC and
Right.
liberals in America, so I can't really blame him for just being like, okay, whatever. Here's what you got left. Like, you could have had me, and you could have had whatever I would have made for your country, but you're basically chaperoning me out, basically by force. So I mean, here you go. Here's what you deserve.
if Trump made half the decisions Joe Biden made, I think he would have been under severe
Out.
scrutiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he probably would have been actually impeached instead of just
Yeah.
fake impeached.
right. Well, I don't know about the impeachment thing because there's just too many senators that are dependent on Trump, right? It's how the media apparatus is dependent on Trump, but instead of that, just refers it to Republican senators and House members, because a lot of them actually built their careers on Trump. There's a lot of freshman senators and House of Representative members that are closely associated with Trump, and because of that connection, they got elected. So Trump is in this weird situation where the Democratic Party needs him because, he's fucking Trump, but the Republican Party needs him because he's Daddy Trump. So it's a mutual, it's like a mutual beneficial relationship.
Dude,
Really
yeah.
had to calm Daddy. Really, why?
It's
I
Pico. Are you
name.
surprised? Are you surprised?
Oh, I swear. Next thing you say is Daddy.
He
calm
calls
down.
himself a libertarian, and then he just
He's not a libertarian.
he sucks Trump's cock.
Okay, but
Edit that out.
yeah.
No, we're not editing that out.
Okay. But I think Trump is unique in that sense, right? I don't think we've had a political figure like Trump in a long time, and I think he is one in a lifetime. What do you guys think?
Well, actors, they know how to entertain people, and he surely did entertain us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not like a Ronald Reagan figure, where Reagan sort of used his acting skills to communicate his points clearly to the American public, while Trump is just
A clown.
he's a clown, but he stands
Well, I
for
wouldn't
more
say he's
than
a
a clown.
clown.
No,
That's a bit
no, dude.
too
Like
far.
Trump is a clown of clowns. Like,
No, I wouldn't
don't
say he's a
even.
clown.
He's
But
like
here's the thing.
Yeah.
The DNC was the circus. He simultaneously ran like a bomber campaign. I mean, it had issues, but like most of them were just him being stupid on Twitter.
Right.
And even then, like him basically taunting North Korea got us into some of the best relations with North Korea that we've ever had. So he was doing something right. But the thing is, his entire okay, Ari, you said this before in previous episodes. Trump's whole thing was basically being anti-establishment. Whether or not he was actually anti-establishment doesn't matter. It didn't actually matter about him. It mattered about what he stood for, which was basically, like, Republicans can organize too. Like, we're not just gonna be lapdogs while the center endlessly spirals to the left. we have like ways of like spreading our messages too, and also the establishment has become abashedly leftist, and so this is our response. You get this like arrogant, confident, rich idiot with an iPhone and a McDonald's sponsorship, and you put him in charge of one of the biggest world superpowers in the entire planet for 4 years. And you can just see the tears. You can taste the tears of everyone who's like, no, America is doomed. But the truth is, right, it wasn't about Trump. It was never about Trump. It was about what he stood for. And what he stood for was everything Biden is not standing for. Notice how, even though Biden has been making all of these changes to the country, there hasn't actually been a lot of change on a big level, at least ideologically. The center and the status quo has retaken shape because there wasn't that figurehead of the resistance in power anymore. That was their goal. That was their whole thing. I just want to make a quick little tangent because, I mean, that's kind of what I do in this podcast. You guys know Shia LaBeouf, right?
How can you not know that, man?
Right? Yeah.
Wait.
Oh no! Is it the guy?
Transformer.
You can do it, or
Yeah, the
just
Transformer actor.
do it. Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Alright,
Yeah, he's a complete libtard. And he did this thing, right? Like at the beginning of the presidency, where he and a bunch of his like supporters people would come up to a camera and repeatedly say, "He will not divide us," in reference to Trump, quote unquote, dividing America. That's a whole other thing, but I'm just gonna stick to the event. It got completely overtaken by trolls, and at the end of the entire like mission, the police had to come in and put a wall, like a gated fence, in between the camera and the crowd, effectively dividing them. It was one of the funniest things in the entire like history of the Trump presidency. Was just like watching that live stream, and he kept trying. He tried on like a flag. I think he did something in New Mexico, and someone got arrested. And then at some point, people were trolling him so hard from like 4chan or whatever. He just moved to like a flag in a cabin in like some part, I believe, of New Mexico, and they just kind of left it there. It didn't do anything. It didn't make it any special. People got to his head so much. He got so triggered that he had to move it to just this house in the middle of nowhere, and it just did nothing. That's their point. It's not the party of unity. It's the party of stagnancy, where things just slowly get worse. It's not that the Democratic Party makes America terrible. It's that they just take away everything that makes it great.
Yeah, I mean, I think Trump. I think it's Trump who said it, but whoever said it spoke volumes. And they said they don't hate me because I like you. They hate me because you like me. Meaning, the Democratic Party hates the people that vote for Trump, not Trump actually. Trump's just in their way.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks volumes,
Thanks.
honestly. Yeah. The establishment's hatred towards Middle America is quite apparent, because Middle America is what's preventing them from all of their,
And Middle America
grander
is kind
ambitions.
of suffering right now, so it makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we're done with Andrew Cuomo.
Damn, you don't have a segue?
All
No,
right.
we don't.
Now after speaking about Joe Biden and his Democrat libtards who are mentally ill, let's talk about what Joe Biden did, or what not Joe Biden, what he did, right? What Senate passed on recently of this recording, the stimulus check bill.
Well, it's a disservice to call it a stimulus check bill. It really is just a $1 trillion bill given to the blue states, and then the rest is just given to COVID. So yeah.
Well, each adult gets 1,400, and each child of those adult, like 6 to 17, get 3,000, and 0 to 5 get 3,600.
So the interesting part about this is you have to actually qualify for the stimulus check.
Yeah,
So you
you have
can't
to
just
have a security code. No,
no,
social
not just
security
that. You have to
number.
fall into a certain tax bracket and meet a certain requirement of how many people you support and yeah, that type of thing, right? It's not given out to the wealthiest Americans as it was before.
Yeah.
So it's a little interesting. I mean, I think it should have been done like this a long time ago, right? I'm a big advocate for individual based support, although I don't really like financial aid given towards families because I think it actually does the opposite effect that Democrats want. But we could have this, that discussion later. Other than that, a lot of it's going to reopen schools. I think schools don't need actually the money. There's a lot of money that they've been sitting on. In fact, the money that's in this bill that's going to schools is not going to be used until
Just throw more
2023.
money at it.
Yeah, 2023, by the way. That's when the schools will actually use the money in the bill, and that's when COVID will be over.
I mean,
Conservative-
maybe.
Okay. There might be a new COVID strand, but conservative estimates estimate that COVID will be over by late April. That's a conservative estimate.
Doubtful. It's
From
like
the job,
flu, though.
that's the Johns Hopkins University. All right.
No, but it's gonna be like the flu. There's gonna be new strands, but there's a whole
Right.
bunch of strands in like what do
But there's always going to be the
people do
vaccine.
today? No, but you know what the vaccine are only for certain types of flu, for certain strains that they'll
Well, of
think
course, you're going to have to adapt.
that they theorize will be a big effect that year. That's what they do.
Okay, so this is how it's going to work, right? This COVID, the current one, there's obviously been made like many adaptations of the current
many
COVID.
strands.
Yeah. What's happening now is eventually this will die down, right? But there won't be the COVID-19. There'll be like a COVID 2022 or whatever, 2021. So we're gonna have to fight a different battle, right? But it looks like this thing's gonna it's gonna end soon, right? Because there's just not gonna be enough people to infect eventually. This thing will eventually die down to herd immunity. That's the inevitable. So you can't get
Based.
no. Okay, this is why you can't, right? You can only get COVID once, and there's obviously very small studies have shown that you can get it twice, right? And you have to be.
But it has happened.
It has happened, but you're taking a very extreme portion of the
happened
population.
multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times, not like tens of thousands of times, right? You're taking a very extreme portion of the population. So when we take into that account, where if you get either vaccinated or you had the COVID strain, or if you had COVID, we're going to have a herd immunity population where we could actually be immune from the virus. Eventually, right? This thing will eventually die down. It's just a matter of when. And I don't know if it'll be over in April. I hope it'll be over in April. But I know a lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of states are opening up. And I don't think it would be appropriate for states, as we mentioned earlier, to be closed, I think, by summer everything's got to be open. I just don't see a world where it's not, unless you're the oldest of the oldest person, right? If you're over 65, 55, then obviously you got to stay home. But normal people that are under the age of those, 55, they got to go back to work. I just don't see it any other way.
I mean, arguably, it should have been like that from the very beginning.
Right.
I think it's gonna. I disagree with you very much so in the fact that it's gonna be over by then. It's here, be over by then because there'll still be new strands. It may not be called COVID-19, but COVID itself will still affect us. As even
right,
Ben.
COVID-
Use my name, you
Sonny, Sonny Hawkeye. I apologize. Here's the thing about that, though. There may be new strands. I mean, there actually is a COVID-20 that's out there right now in Britain. But what's important to note is that there might not be another outbreak. That's the big deal. If there's
We've
another...
learned a lot.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything. We know a lot about the flu. We still have to get vaccine shots every year. So it'll be something like that.
Yeah, because there are millions of strains of the flu. There aren't infinite strains of COVID yet. It's just not that versatile.
I mean, it is, though. They already found a new strain in California not too long ago.
Okay.
But, okay, it was a new strain of COVID-19. It's not COVID-20 yet, right?
No, but they don't even think studies
If
show
you-
that they don't
okay.
even think
No,
that the
study-
new vaccine that they have made will work on the new strand.
So studies shown from University of Irvine, University of Pennsylvania, and I forget the last university. Oh, Hopkins, John Hopkins. Studies
Mhm.
have shown that if you take the current vaccine, the vaccine will protect you to some degree from the new strain from Britain and California. And even if you contract COVID, you'll have very mild symptoms. Like you probably will be asymptomatic, even if you're very old. So I see hope in all this, right? I think COVID-19, obviously there will be adaptations to it, but as long as we get the vaccine rolling out real quick, and as long as people get infected, it's gonna end someday, right? It won't be a viable virus to live. That's how all flu strains work, right? Eventually they die down, they adapt, and there's gonna be a new strain.
It's important to remember that humans work on the level of months. Viruses
Mhm.
work through mutation, random chance, and gradual evolution, which takes years. We have the advantage.
Right.
Does
And I
it?
think
I
we
mean,
could
I don't think it
develop
takes
vaccines.
years. Not all viruses takes years, and some maybe not momentaneously, like months or so, but slowly evolve. Not
I
You
mean,
years.
do
look at-
realize that the
look
next
how long
step up from
Britain's-
months is years, right?
Right, and look how long Britain's strain had to develop. Right, it's new. It came into fruition during fall. Right, that is almost 6 months after the first outbreak occurred. So I think we have the upper hand in this as long as we keep on developing new vaccines. As long as if we keep on being careful, right? I still think we need to socially distance to some degree. I think obviously masking is it's preferred, but it shouldn't be required
I think it
because
should be required. Yeah.
I don't think it should be required, but I think it's a very effective way in preventing the spread from the flu, which is obviously very beneficial to society. But eventually the flu will be more dangerous to society than COVID, right? That's just gonna happen.
Well, that's what we said in the beginning, that the flu is worse than the COVID. But guess what? We had to go
Okay.
into lockdown.
So if you're under the age of 35, pretty much, the flu is more of a threat than COVID is to you. That's a fact. That's undisputed, right?
But
After
I'm sorry, what did you
55,
say?
under the age of 35, if you get COVID, you have a better chance of dying to the flu than COVID.
Truth.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Not disputed.
And
After
a lot
55,
of, a lot of
it gets
people,
murky.
a lot of people younger than 18 just straight up don't have symptoms.
Right. Especially people under the age of 16.
Right.
You're not even allowed to get the vaccine if you're under the age of 16 because it's actually unknown, right? They didn't test it on children. And of course, we're in that weird category where we're 17 years old, where we're not really children, but we're not adults.
You
So-
doxed us, bro.
What?
You just
telling
doxed
everyone-
us.
You just doxed
No,
us.
we're not. How is
Nice
that
one.
we don't know who we
Bruh.
are.
You
Alright.
want doxes every episode
Smooth.
slowly and slowly.
Smooth.
Okay,
Smooth.
let me
Bro, next
continue
thing
with
is
my
then their
point.
addresses. And
I will
fucking
never
social
say the
security.
address. I bet you don't even know your social security,
I
alright?
do.
So.
Watch, let me say it right now.
Alright, say it. Oh, we heard all of that. Okay, his social security number was 6969696969.
Don't forget
Alright,
the
epic.
420. Don't forget the
Oh
420.
yeah, with 20 at the end.
Alright, let's get over with this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just of the opinion that I think it's better for the younger population to have COVID than them to not have COVID.
You want
Number
the
one-
younger population to get COVID.
Yeah, okay,
wishful
number-
thinking.
Let me explain my position. Number one, it actually makes the younger people less dependent on the vaccine. Not like they were, but it makes them less dependent, even to more of a degree now. And it actually gives more older people access to the vaccine, which is really the people we should be focusing on, right? We should not be giving people the vaccine who are in their 20s.
Very
right?
based.
I work at a law firm, and I'm in California. I'm a first responder in California's eyes, so if I go to a vaccine facility, I could be the first in line to get the vaccine. That's not how it should work. It should be based on your age group and your serious medical conditions. That's how
Right,
it should
because
work.
it affects people based basically solely on age.
Well, I still
Right.
think our first responders should get it before the elderly, because the people, well, like people at hospitals, first responders, not people like this guy, freaking internship, my guy.
I just don't see it. Like, hospital respondees, they don't contribute to a lot of death, right?
Doesn't matter, but if they're gonna treat it, they have the most exposure to it.
Right. So this is my philosophy. So responders make up 2% of all deaths due to COVID. I think almost 60% of that is attributed to people over the age of 55.
But
So
they can
my
transmit
philosophy is, yeah, I know they could get the COVID virus, but they're not the people who are dying the most to it.
Okay.
But they can give it to can die.
Okay. Kaika.
Since if they get exposed to it, right? And they may not die to it, but they will expose people who are vulnerable to it.
I get it.
Also, when you're
But-
sick, you don't really have the same opportunities to be like, a first responder as to would be if you're healthy. Like, the idea is if you're a first responder, they need you to be able to first respond. And if you're
I get
sick, then that's, harder.
I get it, but my reasoning is I'd rather save lives than give it to people who...
Exactly. You are saving lives.
But we're not, right?
Yes, if you give it to the people who treat it and then go home to people, like they'll go home to, like, let's say they have a grandparent at home or...
Right,
they
but what if
have
you vaccinate the
asthma.
grandparent? What if you vaccinate the person, the grandparent first, and then the first responder?
Why don't you eliminate the root instead of the
No, but if
branch?
because that's the person who's most vulnerable, right? The first responder that's in their 20s, those are not the people that are vulnerable. The people that are vulnerable are the people over the age of 55. They contribute to the mass exit of death. Those are the people we need to focus on. We should not
No,
focus
but
on healthy
death
people.
may be like severe, but them getting it, like the first responders, I don't understand your thinking though. I really don't.
I'm okay.
I do.
You're concerned with people, right? Not getting the coronavirus. I'm concerned with saving people.
No, but it's direct. Because let's say
No.
I'm
But
a first
we
responder
have a
home.
Well,
Stop saying my
Fuck.
real name. Stop saying my real name.
Okay.
You're so
Sonny,
bad.
Sonny,
You're
please.
so bad.
Sonny, okay.
You're so bad.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, okay?
Bruh, alright, go.
Okay. The thing is, you are correlating, people, like, being first responders, occasionally, like, spreading COVID because they work with COVID patients.
Yeah.
And, like, first responders existing. The thing is, right, I think it's really important to specify that not all first responders are first responders for COVID. And that... Wait, is it...
It's raining on your
Is
idea.
it raining? Bruh!
Fucking idea.
Bruh!
Dang, sub really out here trying to ruin our podcast. Why didn't you make it inside instead of the fucking outdoors?
Because they wanted a nice scenery. Ugh. Hold on,
turn
it's
down the
fine.
game audio to the
No,
lowest.
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Easy.
All right.
Yep, it's fine.
Oh,
It's still raining.
Nope.
no, not
Cap?
really.
It's alright. It's not raining.
You were talking about first responders.
Right.
You're talking about first
Yeah.
Right,
responders,
so
and then the Lord
so-
of this world kind of just rained on your parade.
God. Okay. But my point was, right, I think that first responders should have access to the vaccine. Yes, but I also think that but Kaika's right. They're not nearly as at risk as the older people in the age bracket, because I mean, if they get it, they might be like, they might be out of service. They might have to like take a couple sick days, but
Right.
they won't die.
And right, it's a good thing if they get COVID, by the way, because that means less of the population can get COVID. So I'd rather them get COVID.
Stop
Um,
wishing COVID
that's-
on people.
Yeah, that's
You gotta stop wishing COVID.
please,
on
no.
people.
please stop doing that.
Stop
Look,
wishing
look,
COVID. on
I
people.
wish I get
Stop
COVID so that I can spread it
What?
to
on
other people.
furry people. Stop wishing COVID on people.
Look, you have to understand my perspective, right? Because I'm
No,
a healthy.
I don't have to understand your perspective.
Okay, let me explain my perspective.
Go
I'm
ahead.
a healthy
know.
person, right?
Eh,
So,
Eh.
gamer.
okay, if I get COVID,
Vitamin D deficiency.
I actually have pills for vitamin stuff.
Yeah, I knew
vitamin...
it. Vitamin D.
With your
'cause
drug.
You're a
We get
gamer.
it, you're a druggie.
gamer.
You're a druggie.
Gamer
Eh,
druggie.
Whatever. Okay, I'll explain my position. So, I don't want to get the vaccine unless they have to throw out the vaccine, right? I want to be the very last person to get the vaccine
I do
because
too.
You can't
Right.
get the vaccine.
no, if I go to the vaccine line, I could be the first person in line because I'm a first responder technically.
You're not a first responder. How do you fall in the bracket of first responder?
If you look up California law, people who work in law firms are first responders. Not joking, that's a real thing. What was I on? Oh, right. I'd rather myself get COVID.
Check that.
I'd rather myself get COVID because I'm healthy and the likelihood of me dying is very slim to COVID. So if they have, an extra dose of the vaccine, I'll take it, right? If they're just about to throw it away, but I'm not going to be first in line taking it. I don't want to take someone's opportunity that's way older than me to get a life-saving vaccine over, someone like me who I probably won't die due to the virus.
So let me narrow down my first responder. I mean people who actually treat COVID patients, not people at law firms like yourself. So let me shorten down, narrow it really down to hospital
I know. I mean,
workers.
you like hospital workers. Yeah, I still think that it's better if they get COVID than
okay.
them getting the vaccine.
Here's
That's such a pro moment.
Here's my list, right? Hospital people, people who are most vulnerable to it, like the old people.
But they
And
aren't
then-
most vulnerable. Hospital people are not most vulnerable to it. It's the people
But
that are
they're
over the age of
people-
55. You're
trying
conflating
to
two different
shorten.
things.
Okay, so the point of vaccine. What is the point of vaccine?
It's to vaccinate the
What is
population.
the point? Let me say that. What is the point of the vaccine, Kaika?
Okay, it's the point of the vaccine is to vaccinate the population so we could get to a herd immunity. That's the point.
Wouldn't you first vaccinate the people who are treating it so they don't give it to more and more people?
No.
Why not?
I want to vaccinate the older population first because I want to save the most lives.
But you're passing COVID to more people who could
Look,
die from this.
No, but Sonny, if the old people get vaccinated, then the health responders, the first responders can't spread it to them because they're
Right.
already vaccinated. Problem solved. And also, Kaika, I wanted to say I think I kind of get your point now because there is something we do need to seriously worry about in the future. Not now, but in the future. The vaccine may become less effective because of mutations that counteract the vaccine. It happens where superbugs become immune to multiple different types of antibiotics and vaccines. And to be honest, those are kind of our only two weapons against stuff like this. So I kind of get it. Now, it's also important to remember that it's a virus, not a bacteria, right. And so it behaves differently, and it has less of a chance to develop immunity to a vaccine, but it is still possible, and at the end of the day, we should be making sure that first responders, we should be making sure that older people get the vaccine, and whatever happens to the first responders will be whatever it is.
So this is my thing on it, right? This is my shtick. I think that the first responders should get the vaccine when the vaccine doses are on the very last legs, right? They're about to be thrown away and they don't have a use for them. So why not just give it to the first responders? That is a position I take that I think everyone agrees on, right? If we have extra doses of the vaccine, we should just hand them out to everyone. It doesn't matter who you are because they're about to expire.
But no.
There are times when especially in California and bigger states, where we just thrown away vaccine doses because we couldn't give it to people. And that's a problem. Right. Why can't we just give it to anyone who wants one if they're about to expire? Seriously, what's the problem with that? It's better just to vaccinate people who may or may not die to it than just to throw it away.
But they're throwing it away because they couldn't get to them in time.
Right.
But so you offer it to the general public.
Right.
No, but then they'll be expired by then. The whole reason why they throw it away because they weren't able in time to dose everyone in that.
So if it's about to expire, like you have a couple hours, I'm saying just vaccinate whoever wants them. Seriously.
You have to make it sterile. You have to make sure the needle's sterile. You have to make sure there's so much more that goes in. They
Okay.
just go to someone in public like, here's a
Right.
vaccine.
But it
Go
only
inject into them. That's no. There's
Sonny,
things that need
it
to be.
only so if we're talking about the vaccine, it only expires once you sterilize it, right? Once it's being put in the hands of people, or excuse me, the arms of people. And that's the issue, especially in California. We've just thrown away hundreds of thousands of doses because we can't find people to vaccinate it because of their stupid equity program. I'm saying, who cares if it's about to expire? We have a couple hours. Just give it to literally anyone who enters the door and says they want a vaccine.
But they would need to go into the door.
Yeah, that's fine. But if they get vaccinated, that's one more person vaccinated, and that means we're not wasting the supply of the vaccination. We have a really big problem in California where we just waste our vaccine doses. And I know it's a problem across the whole country, but I think people are incompetent because they're so worried about their equity programs and figuring out who should get the vaccine first. I'm thinking that we should just give it to anyone if the vaccine's just about to expire. Because this is my philosophy, right? If the vaccine's about to expire and it's doomed to be thrown away, isn't it more useful to use it than to not use it?
I mean, obviously. Hey, gamers.
We should, move on.
I mean, yes, but
The
also.
rain just rained on your head.
Oh
yeah.
Hold on.
I'll tab back in.
All right.
There. Solved.
I think we talked about it enough. Let's go on to the next topic.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Gamers though. There's something going on. I think. Hostile scans. That'll be fun. What's the next
Wait,
topic?
So we talked about the $1.9 trillion bill, and we sort of branched out to COVID. Let's talk about Senator Manchin. If you don't know who Senator Manchin is, he's the senator from West Virginia. And if you don't know, he's a Democrat. And every county in the 2020, every county in West Virginia in the 2020 election voted red. So his seat is in, how do I put this? It's in turmoil, right?
Instant peril.
Right. So the next time an election rolls around, either he's got to switch parties or make himself look like a moderate Democrat, which he's not. He's making himself look like a moderate Democrat, but his recent actions are showing something different. If you don't know, in a Fox and Friends interview by Chris Wallace, he said that he thinks that the filibuster, which is it's sort of a mechanic used in the Senate to stop bills from progressing to be passed.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure our viewers have taken 10th grade
Right.
U.S. history and Gov.
What about the foreigners? Anyways,
What about the 2-year-olds watching our podcast?
Obviously, all of them. All of you are 2-year-olds, by the way. No cap.
right.
All 3 of you are 2-year-olds.
Based.
He basically said that the filibuster should be more, quote, painful to use, and
That's
I
a
see
bro
where-
moment.
I see where he's coming from, but it just doesn't really conform with my philosophy and ideology. Where I don't want a slim majority trampling the rest of a slim minority. I don't think that's how it should work, and obviously the filibuster is one of the last institutional holdings in our Congress to prevent all that what I just mentioned.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if he even remotely votes against the filibuster, his seat's gone. No way. Like he already has a tough time in the next upcoming election, but this is just he's dead. There's no way. So he's got a lot to think about. It's going to be a moment where he either caves into the more radical part of the Democratic Party, or he sort of sides with the more moderate Republicans. And if you don't know who the moderate
The
Republicans
hell is
are,
going on over there?
oh wait, what?
Just some war crimes. Just war crimes. Nothing to look at.
Oh,
yeah, they'll probably
Nothing
be
to
fine.
freaking look at because I can obviously see that stupid draw on Trelinsky over there. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's just go on.
Yeah, moderate Republicans. Oh, if you don't know, some moderate Republicans, Susan Collins in Maine, that type of branch where they sort of are open to some changes, but not fully siding with the Democrats. I think Manchin. I don't know if he could survive, his next election in West Virginia. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I guess that's all I have to say, right?
Not
Sort
much
of-
to say, to be honest.
This was kind of a mid-topic.
Right.
I guess let's
Sort of
move on.
doomed.
All right, wait.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the
God
next
is
topic,
raining on you already. Okay, go off, I
Yeah.
guess.
Clear the rain. Clear the rain before I talk about this, because this is a movement made by people. All right. So this movement is called the Super Straight Youth Movement. This is for people
What?
who don't like.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Okay. Have you guys heard about the Super Straight Movement?
No.
No.
Okay, so it's a movement on social media
Yeah.
for people who don't want to date or be with a person that's transgender. Like, say there's a man that becomes female. I'm a guy. I don't want to date that because that's not my preferred. What I want. Now, and we were getting canceled for it, so we made a sexuality for it. It's called the Super Straight
The
Sexuality.
super straight.
So it's
And
just
we even
super
have a
straight.
flag. We even have a
So-
flag.
What's your
It's
flag?
black. It's black and orange.
Orange.
Why-
It's legit
Black
the two
and
colors,
orange.
black and orange.
Why?
Why orange?
Born up.
Oh wait.
What?
Wait. Oh my god. but don't they offer like gay porn?
I don't know, man. I didn't make the flag. I didn't make the movement. And we even have our own month. September. Super Straight September.
Super
That's
straight.
actually kind of smart because like S. Wait.
I mean, I guess we're redefining gender like in so many ways that I guess it makes sense.
No. It's a sexuality. I mean,
Right.
if I could be like real for a second, I mean it actually kind of makes sense. But wouldn't you just be trans exclusionary straight?
No, because then we're transphobic.
Oh,
That-
we're not transphobic, right?
Yeah, we're just super
I-
straight. We're just super straight.
Oh,
I'm super straight. I just now identify as
that's
super
cap.
straight. Do you guys? What do you?
You're not even like base straight, dude. Come on, let's be real.
So I identify as super straight. I don't know about you guys, but
I think God disagrees.
It's raining.
I feel like you caused that rain.
Nope.
Anyways, yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I guess I'm super straight now.
Well, then I think the only thing I can do is I'm gonna make myself super gay. What would that
Wait,
look
yeah.
like?
What if
What
you're
would that
super
look-
gay? Like,
Well,
if
yeah, like
That means
you don't want to
like,
change transgender.
Yeah,
How does that
Uh,
work? You're super gay.
I don't know. They could make that.
yeah. Okay, well, like
I just
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna make myself sub gay. Oh wait, no, that sounds bad.
I just I think this feeds into identity politics. But
yeah. You know what? I am the way
It was
that
like
I am.
it was a comeback though. It was.
I know it's a
Yeah.
comeback,
it was
but
a
I just
comeback to,
But it's the same
being
thing.
called transphobic.
Right.
Even if it
It's
is
just-
a comeback, it's the same thing that you're making a comeback to. So,
Oh,
are you
for
really any better?
Flippers' sake.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, it's John Trelinsky.
it's John Troll. Okay.
Okay.
Wait, I can't see it in
Alright.
my head.
I just won't engage in the type of I guess not rhetoric but ideology.
Did you say Reddit? Did you say Reddit? That's like Arrow. I'm sorry.
Blur
Rhetoric.
that text in the screen.
Ah!
Blur that text in the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
John-
do that. Yeah.
John Troll.
That's Sandow, actually.
Wait, what?
That is Sandow.
Sandow?
That is
Yo,
Sandow. I just read his
everyone-
name.
Everyone, quick break from the podcast. Let's go hunt Sandow.
All right.
Okay, gamers,
Yeah, we
go
should
back.
probably go back.
Go back to the podcast.
I would, but these turrets are loud AF.
No, it's
and,
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. What were we on? Oh, super straight.
Super
identity
straight.
politics.
Super straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't. indulge in
Identity
that type
politics
of-
is cringe. Let's move on.
Yeah, I think it was cringe when Republicans started to play white identity politics, and I think it's cringe when Democrats play identity politics. with
Although I
all
will
the-
say, when Republicans and like people on 4chan post up "it's okay to be white" posters and they're taken down for hate speech, that's based. Not them being taken down part, but just like yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't like identity politics as a general rule of thumb.
I don't
You
either.
said
So-
you're super straight, so that means you're part of it now. Anyway, let's go to our
Uh,
next topic that's
yeah.
all on social media as well.
Great segue.
Yeah.
Would you like to mention this?
Oh, right. Hold on, I need to pull
Trump.
up the list.
Okay.
Something. YouTube mad at Trump. Okay.
Yeah, YouTube mad at Trump because so basically YouTube implemented a policy, excuse me, on December 9th where you can't say that the election there was widespread election fraud or any election fraud, to be honest, which is like there was some election fraud. There's always election fraud in every election, but it's just how much was there, and obviously there's basically the same amount of election fraud there was, the last election, pretty much. And Trump's, he was saying, "Oh, I won the election." He was basically being Trump himself, right?
Yeah.
He's a sore loser. We all know this, right?
We all know this.
And YouTube was like, "Yo, you violated our rules, even though he's the president."
Well,
I feel
was
like,
the president.
or I mean, I like
still
how
the title president.
yeah, he still has the title president. Leftists like to say, "Oh no, he
Wait,
doesn't
what?
get the title president." Yeah, every president, if they're every president gets the title president after they leave office.
Really?
Yeah, I'm learning that. Don't worry.
What's up?
That's defamation. King Shao is unbased.
This person's pain.
Wait, what's going on? Oh,
He's here.
God damn it.
Yeah, we were talking about December 9th.
he's all tapped out of the fucking game.
December 9th, YouTube like Nabi. We said
No warheads.
Not yet. No,
No
don't
warheads.
tell him. I was gonna. Alright, fine. Yeah,
No
fine.
warheads. Don't blow up the
Fine.
studio. Last
get it.
time. I
Alright.
mean,
What?
Alright. Right. Yeah, all presidents have the title president after they leave office. That's why people call Obama President Obama after,
Oh, I thought
Exactly.
I thought they were just heard about Trump.
I love this person.
Oh my God! Fuck off! Where is it a warhead? Sus.
You
we
better-
just,
Yeah, get rid of that. Okay.
alright, yeah.
Oh my God, the bitch. I've already destroyed part of the ship. Okay.
I didn't know. I was trying to place a war mine.
So, stop!
Okay.
Stop!
Well,
You violated the law.
alright, let's get back to our seats. Come on.
Alright, fine. How do I?
Back to your seats.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Come on, Sunny Hawkeye TM. Have you operated a powerful jetpack before?
Oh no, I'm not. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, so Trump spoke at the CPAC event not too long ago, and if you don't know what CPAC is, it's basically the RNC convention, but not sponsored by the Republican Party directly, but also, still a big conservative movement. He spoke at there, and he repeated some of his ideas about the election and how he thinks there's some big wide conspiracy to cover up, election fraud. YouTube wasn't having it. They said he violated their, their recent policy about the election fraud thing.
It's only
And,
election fraud if we say it is.
Right, and you can't find his full speech on CPAC because reasons. So yeah, that's it. I mean, I'm not surprised, but
Ooh, suppressing our freedom of speech. Amazing. More of that.
Thanks,
yeah,
Big
it's like
Tech.
I don't like Alex Jones, but I think it's wrong that he got booted off YouTube. Right?
Yeah,
I think
no.
we could all agree.
He deserved the
Yeah.
platform.
Right, he deserves a platform, but I don't know if he deserves. I think if you want to listen to Alex Jones, you can, but I personally won't be listening to Alex.
Yeah, no, Alex Jones is a complete nutcase, but he still deserves to
Right.
be able to speak.
Right, and everyone deserves a platform to voice their opinion, and unfortunately, Section 230 is not too straightforward about that,
Lol.
that issue.
Lol, freedom of speech
Yeah.
censorship. Funny.
Yep. Anyways, let's talk about our last topic, and it sort of relates to censorship, and that is the cancellation of people. If you don't know, which I am surprised you don't know this by now, but some of Dr. Seuss's books got canceled, because I don't know why. People
Being
are
racist,
just
they think.
people are just too sensitive.
Okay.
I heard about the. You want to go for it, Sonny?
Bro, we should just cancel culture at this point. Come on.
That's
Like,
not
what
going to
the
happen
heck?
because Democrats actually take advantage of cancel culture, right?
Like a
And
lot.
they're just not going to they're not going to let go of it unless
And
it
also
doesn't
they
suit them
own a
anymore.
lot of the social media platforms. So yeah, cancel culture
Right.
is not going away,
No,
unfortunately.
but it should not even be a thing. Yeah, cancel for what they did right then and there, not for what they did in the past. It's so
Right.
dumb.
If you're like an ultra mega racist right now, epic, cancel them. But if they said racist comments 10 years ago, we should look at them critically, but we shouldn't cancel them.
And also, if somebody makes like an edgy joke, that shouldn't be a cause for ruining their life. Like,
Right.
get over yourselves.
People change. I mean, you obviously see this with a lot of people. A good example is, of course, Ronald Reagan. He was a lifelong Democrat, but eventually he became based, of course. And God, I love stroking, my own political affiliations cock. But yeah.
Wow, you really had to just say that. You know what? No, you know what? Nah.
No.
One bullet to the cranium.
You serious?
Yep.
Get back
just
in your
one.
seat.
Just one.
Get back in your seat. Get back in your seat. Come on.
Yeah, we're in the seats. All right.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think everyone here, they've been like Dr. Seuss is just a major part of all of our childhoods, right?
Yeah.
Basically, the thing my mom read to me when I was young. I think it's what our parents read to us when we were
Yeah,
young.
no, he's a staple of childhood
Childhoods.
everywhere. Yeah, and then
Right.
he just got fucking canceled. Cool, I
And
guess.
it's like Seuss was not a Republican in any way. He was a leftist Democrat. I mean, by modern standards, he would be a really far left Democrat. So just to see him canceled is it's a little weird. I knew the left has no remorse, but I would at least I would at least think that they would apply their double standard to Dr. Seuss, right? Because
yeah,
he
no,
is-
the left eats itself.
right, he is such a big part of our culture, and for them to just throw that away is kind of weird. When they really just won't throw away like social media, because it's I guess social media is a bigger part of our culture, but Dr. Seuss is just he's more symbolic than anything else to me, at least.
Dr. Sushi's based, and Twitter
Yeah.
is cringe.
Yeah,
Like-
really based.
By the way, Dr. Seuss would not agree with anything
Stop!
we're saying.
It's for the ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still respect him as a person because he
Uh-huh.
he gave me so many childhood memories. I think he
Right.
gave all of us childhood memories.
Yeah.
So. Pretty cool guy.
What a Poggers guy. Poggers
Yeah.
champion.
Poggers Chap. Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Did we talk about how PogChamp got banned yet?
PogChamp.
yeah,
Oh wait,
that was a
PogChamp
while
got
ago.
banned.
Yeah,
Wait.
Champ got banned a while ago by Twitch.
Yeah.
like-
Oh, you mean the
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, but, like,
the
did we-
guy. But
Yeah, dude. Did
But-
we
okay.
talk about that on the podcast yet?
no,
No.
we didn't.
We gotta talk about that.
Yeah, we get to talk
Okay.
about that.
Alright.
So
Talk about it for a brief moment though.
yeah. Then we're gonna end. So basically, right. The guy who made the original PogChamp emote got replaced. Because I'm pretty sure he was getting canceled. You know, like that. Like that's a segue
Yeah.
from the other topic.
Yeah.
Basically, like the guy got replaced with, I believe, another guy, and then a girl, and then a guy in drag, I believe.
It's so
It was
stupid.
really fucking weird. But
It
the
was-
point
I
is, it was
try and
like
find the tweet that got him canceled.
PogChamp is now considered an offensive term on Twitch. Funny
Some of
enough,
the
it's
other ones.
it
It's
stopped
still
being
used.
it stopped being offensive as soon as it was replaced by more inclusive characters. But for whatever reason, it was just strucken down like in late 2020.
Yeah.
And he basically got canceled for being like right to center. So it's I can't find the actual quote that got him canceled, but just know that he's more on the right than on the left, and obviously leftists they support an authoritarian regime where if you dare to disobey them, then you get the boot, right? Stalin type shit.
Yeah. Also, another quick cancel culture like story, like little thing that happened. You know the creator of Minecraft, Notch.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you not know that guy?
Yeah,
That guy's
he
epic.
got like eviscerated on Twitter because of like he got like really depressed after he quit Minecraft. Actually, he quit Minecraft because he just felt like really depressed with the game, how it was going, and you know, the fans like idea of him and stuff. And like I mad respect him for everything he did for old Minecraft, and also just for like, you know, the gaming sphere in general. I'd say Minecraft is so far like the best game to have ever been made. It's got everything you could like ever need. And I can't think of a game that's like objectively better than Minecraft. Honestly, I really can't. It's not my favorite.
But it's all subjective.
It's, well, the thing. Yeah, of course it's all subjective. But like, I'm telling you, Minecraft isn't my favorite game, but I think genuinely it's like the best. But anyways, enough about that. Yeah, he got canceled on Twitter, and now, whatever. And now, like, I saw people like in like Minecraft Twitter, and they just freaking hate him. Like they talk about the creator of their favorite game with such just visceral, because he didn't decide to play into the leftist handbook. Notch was a little edgy because he came from a different historical time period, but he wasn't like offensive or racist or terrible. He just wasn't willing to bend the knee, and so everybody hates him now. That's how bad cancel culture can get, especially when you consider he made fucking Minecraft.
Right, I mean, eventually it's gonna get to the point where we're gonna have like Stalin type shit, where he's just gonna murder everyone that he poses a threat or disagrees with him. You know,
Yo, honestly, like,
it always gets there.
One last thing before we end the episode. If Notch, there's no way you're watching this, but just in case, seriously, just for 1 second, pick up your head, King. Your crown is falling.
All right, I think that's a good way to end it.
All right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This has been us. We're gonna go out how we
No,
name it.
no, not the words. No.
And we're out of here, baby.
Worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is mad.